As the software industry moves more and more towards subscription-based revenue models, it's more important than ever that we do our part to retain customers. So let's welcome Joe Gelb, President of Zoomin Software, speaking on business to human, how companies use content to drive customer loyalty. Joe, over to you.
Hey, Jack. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
We hear you fine. Over to you.
Great. Okay, great. I'm going to share. Let me know when you see that.
You're good?
All set.
Great. Okay, very good. Okay, first of all, welcome to LavaCon. Thanks very much for having me over. My name is Joe Gelb, President of Zoomin. At Zoomin, we help customers to deliver stellar product content experiences and basically make it easy for your customers to adopt and resolve product issues on their own with personalized product answers. First of all, I'd like to say that I really enjoyed Karen's Hero's Journey. And I'm actually right now making my way through the Heroes with 1,000 Faces book. It's really fascinating. But for this session, we're going to do something a little bit similar, but in this case, the customer is the hero. So let's get started. So first thing we're going to talk about is loyalty, which is in the title of this presentation. The question is really, what drives loyalty? Okay. So first of all, loyalty means that customers stay with us and don't churn by going to our competitors. Okay, that's really what loyalty means. But how is trust, how is that loyalty derived? Is it through better user experience? Is it through customer experience, personalization, engagement? These are all like buzzwords we've been hearing, and they're all very important. But in the end of the day, loyalty is driven by trust. Okay, and the question is how to build that trust. Now, the first question before that is really trust in what? Like, what are they trusting us about? And what is the loyalty all about? Well, I think the trust is that our company, like your company, will help them get the results they need to get their job done effectively with a minimal friction, minimal disruption, minimal resources, and just the minimal uncertainty. I don't know about you guys, but when you go and buy enterprise software or put your butt on the line in order to buy something significant to solve a real problem that you're having in your company. So you're really going to look, carefully to make sure, first of all, that this thing is going to actually help you, but also try to minimize the uncertainty, minimize that risk. And that's what we do, and that's, I think, what our customers are doing. So I would posit there are really 3 stages to building trust and therefore building loyalty. So the first part, or the first stage, is really creating trust. Okay, as a prospect, which is really a customer before they're our customer. So as a prospect, we create trust that we have the right solution along with the right experience and the right resources to help them, our prospect, to implement our solution. Okay. Now, after we, create that trust that we will make them successful, we need to actually deliver on that trust through onboarding and through a successful implementation. Now, once we actually deliver on that trust, we need to go ahead and maintain that trust. And then maintenance of that trust is through self-service, through the day-to-day functioning of our products. And really that maintenance of that trust, that creating, delivering, and maintaining that trust, that's what really leads to that loyalty, keeping our customers with our brand and just reducing churn and just overall producing advocates for our company. Okay, so what helps us to build the trust? So our technical content, that's really what we're all here for this conference. Our technical content must serve these stages to build and maintain this trust and align with the story of our customers through their journey with our product and our brand. So let's talk a little bit about the story, okay? And the story that we need to align with. Now, our customers aren't just buying products. They have their own story and their own journey. They buy our products when they trust that our brand will help them and actually achieve their success by using our products. So I would like to opine that a typical customer journey has 5 stages. We have the problem, the guide, the plan, execution, and then maintaining success. There's a little bit of variation of what Karen was saying, a little bit of variation of other types of storylines. But from a customer journey point of view, I think this is really germane to what we all go through as trying to service our customers and trying to build and maintain that trust for our customers. So first is the problem. So as we just mentioned, the customers are coming to us as prospects because they have a challenge to solve, okay? The technical content that you're all creating, learning content, documentation content, support content, marketing content, all that content helps our prospects to frame and articulate the problem and a clear, proven path to the resolution. Okay, that good content ultimately creates the trust that's needed to actually buy your product. Now, there's a recent Frost and Sullivan research paper that looked into customer experiences around technical content. Okay, and they found that 99% of users that are involved with purchasing say that a vendor's technical content is primary or secondary criteria in the decision to purchase. Okay, hear that? That means your content, your technical content has a very high impact on the decision to buy your products. Okay, now this is critical because it means that technical content is really one of the primary drivers of your customer's perception of their product, and it may even supersede the importance of marketing. Okay, I don't know about you all, but many of our customers who are implementing technical resource centers or documentation portals or whatever have you, they're finding that the access or the page views of documentation or technical content is number 3, number 2, sometimes even number 1 of the page views in the organization. We're talking about large, Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies that whose huge amount of good technical content is really driving the page views and the eyeballs on the corporate website. And that's huge, and it's really content that's being created by you all. Okay, so that's the problem. So the guide. Okay, so your content experience is the guide that turns your customer into the hero. Okay, our customers become heroes when they are successful at being effective at solving their challenge and achieving the results. So our technical content, your technical content, should build that trust and credibility that we understand the problem, we have an authentic solution, and we've turned our customers into heroes through our guidance and using our products. So that's the guide. So then we need a plan. Okay, now the plan is to provide that clear, personalized path to success. Okay, it's no longer just taking technical content, some learning content, and some documentation content, throwing it over the fence, and saying, "Here it is, go get it." Here it is. Read the effing manual, whatever it's going to be. That's not going to make our customers successful. We need to provide a clear, personalized path to success. That means based on my problem, my background, my position, my scenario, what is my clear path to success with your product? Okay, now that often requires visual paths to aggregate all the relevant content, whether it be best practices, training, documentation, videos, access to community experience and crowdsourcing. All that content comes to bear to create effective content experiences. So the idea is merging or collaborating with instructional design, documentation, learning flows, customer onboarding flows, and just creating a path to success. And let me give you a story that I think illustrates this. So we at Zoomin, we work with large legacy software company. A couple of years ago, they found themselves with loads of documentation, but it wasn't really so effective, and the support costs were kind of growing. So after a reorg, I don't know if that ever happens in your company, but it happened in this company. So the technical documentation group was basically decimated, and the SVP, the Senior Vice President of Product Development, he inherited a bunch of content and a content management system. He had basically no direction and basically very little staff. So this particular vice president of product development decided that he needed a new content strategy. Okay, so he basically teamed up. It's kind of like Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. He basically took like a, IT project manager, and someone left on their team with instructional design experience and said, "Go figure it out." Okay, so we have an IT project manager. We have an instructional designer who needs to take a load of technical content and make it work. Okay, so they teamed up and started looking for a more effective way to do this and to create and deploy their content. Someone made an introduction to us at Zoomin, and through our partnership with them, they basically revolutionized the way that they deliver their content. So with their background in instructional design and without being weighed down by this traditional mindset of tech docs, they set off on really a new approach. They made use of a role-based workflow that's provided by the platform, the Zoomin platform, and they started aggregating their content from across different publications to provide personalized user journeys. It was really very innovative and a big hit, and they got a lot of positive feedback. And they really started expanding that approach over time across additional product lines. And you can see that they really kind of focus on those scenarios, who was using their products, what were the roles, what they need to do, what are the skills they need to know, and just kind of curating a flow that for each particular person to kind of lead them through a set of content, whether it was learning content or videos or whatever it's going to be, and let them be successful. Basically, go through and cross that finish line. So for us at Zoomin, we really came to realize this was, really the beginning of the true future of role-based, personalized content. So we talked about the problem, your content is the guide, and the plan. Now let's talk about execution. So clearly written, embedded, structured content, that really is what's going to help your customers to execute that plan. Okay, you guys are all know about content and how to explain that to you. Okay, but great content must really deliver on that trust that we've built. Okay, so they trusted us by buying our product. We trusted them by a clear plan. Then we have to actually have that content deliver on that trust that we've built. And the last part is really maintaining the success. Okay, so they went and executed, they went up and running with your product. And now the idea is really maintaining that success. So technical content guides your customers through the everyday using, administrating, maintaining your product, and just ensuring that they and their end users are really successful. Okay, that's really the end of the day of customer success, and not just making sure that they're going to sign at the end of the year and keep using our products, really making sure that they're successful. So to the extent that we allow our customers to self-serve is the extent that they are empowered to be truly effective and successful. Okay, so in kind of a interesting way, independence builds loyalty. Okay, so back to that Frost and Sullivan research. So they found that when asking, people about their desire to, of using content or the impact of using content. So 81% of technical users said that they would like to resolve technical issues by themselves. Okay, I'm sure you're not surprised by that, but you would be surprised how laggard a lot of companies are by really fulfilling that promise. Okay, content's all over. I don't know if you've heard this story before, or maybe in your own organization, like content's everywhere. It's support portals and documentation portal. There's a search. It's just all over the place, right? So the ability to successfully and effectively self-service, that's really the power and that leads to the empowerment to being truly effective and successful. Okay. And the last part of maintaining success is really providing the analytics for ourselves, the analytics, the insights, the flow and utilization of your content that allows us to measure the friction and measure the success and the opportunity. Okay. So the friction that our customers are having, removing that friction, okay, measuring the success, and just overall building and understanding the opportunity for improvement, for upsells, and for just overall improving the way that we're delivering content and making that effective. Okay, so as content providers, that's all of us probably in this room. As content providers, we must be able to constantly improve the content experience based on feedback, based on analytics, traffic, search, content, engagement, and all that's very, very important to really be successful. So we say, like, what's the future hold for technical content? Okay, so future's bright. Okay, what we're seeing here at Zoomin is that more and more companies are really understanding the need to bring together a wide variety of technical content to provide unified experiences. Okay, not content spread out over the place. Okay, unified experience. And what does that mean? It doesn't mean that everyone has to use the same tool. Okay, different content creation teams, learning groups, tech docs, support, marketing, they all need the independence to author and manage content the way that's most suited for them. Okay, we're not going to bring everyone into the Tower of Babel or anything like that. Okay, but the trend is towards building and delivering all the content together consistently, wherever the customer goes, whether it be your corporate e-commerce site, their support site, your community, your technical resource center, or even inside your actual product. And imagine if you had like a little doc portal or technical resource center with access to learning content, training content, support content, right inside of your product. And that's really where the world's going. Now, from a customer success viewpoint, okay, content experience experts are realizing that search is just not enough. It's really about pulling together that great content, presenting it thoughtfully, in front of each individual, presenting them with scenario-based, personalized learning flows. Okay, like never before has content played such a critical role in driving customer loyalty. You know, we all know like technical content was always learning content, technical documentation was like a checkbox, but it's just not the case anymore. You know, this content is critical for driving customer loyalty. Okay, from a leadership point of view, so our corporate leaders are really understanding that data needs to drive decisions. Without data, you know, leaders are just flying blind. As technical content is recognized for its potential impact in eyeballs, so the access to the data, it becomes more and more critical. Okay, so being able to understand how people are using the content, what content they're using, where they're using it from, you know, just a wealth of information just allows us to make the real decisions about where we should be focusing, where we should be focusing our product development, where we should be focusing our resources on creating content, and just optimizing that experience. So to sum up, let's bring it back to the top, driving loyalty. Okay, people buy our products because they trust we're going to make them successful. Okay, we need to deliver on that promise to build that trust, not just marketing fluff. Okay, we need to deliver on that promise. Okay, by providing those unified content experiences with the analytics, those insights to gauge and actually improve our effectiveness, then our customers, and really at the end of the day, their customers, they're going to succeed and we'll deliver on that trust and achieve loyalty. So the question is not just about creating content, it's not just about delivering content. The question really is about creating content with a common strategy across documentation, across learning, marketing, okay, to build trust and to ultimately build that and drive that customer loyalty. So thanks very much for your attention.
And thank you,